Yeah, it was very enjoyable the whole weekend again to drive. You know, we really got the car in a good window, and yeah, of course, then in qualifying when you can really push it to the limit, yeah, we got that lap out of it. So, of course, very pleased with that. But of course, the points are tomorrow's, and that's where we have to really focus on. But hopefully, if you have a good first lap, then we can settle into our own pace and yeah, can do our own race.
I think it's the maximum we could do today. We put ourselves in the best possible position to try and get a podium tomorrow, which I think still will be tough with the Mercedes, the Astons and Checo coming from behind. But today it was a tricky day, tricky conditions out there, and we still managed to put everything together and do a good job.
The car definitely felt good. We made some small little tweaks, nothing big, but it seems to definitely help the car move in the right direction. The conditions, colder conditions, people just seem to struggle a lot. You know, you see a lot of people locking up and going off, making mistakes, and I never necessarily felt like that. So was just also close. You know, like I make 1/10 mistake and I'm 5 positions back, and I don't look like as much of a hero as I do now. So many different things that come into it. But in the end, the team done a good job with the car. I felt confident with it, and I put in some nice laps. And when you put it together, then we get P3.
Actually, during the session, I was thinking, damn, I said yesterday I'm not going to get through to Q3 or into the top 10, and I was basically eating my words. But it was a really, really great session and massively encouraging for us to be so competitive. And I couldn't believe that I was fighting for, the top 3 at one stage. And of course, my last lap wasn't the dream lap. I was second basically all the way till turn 10, and I had a snap and lost 2/10. So one side gutted, another side I'm really grateful just to be up there and be up in the fight and have that pace. So the team did a great job to improve the car, and yeah, we just got to push hard tomorrow for a better result.
I think it was a pretty decent session. It's obviously very tight, a little frustrating looking at how close P2 is. I think it's always you always think where you could go a bit faster and find a couple tens to be on the front row, but it was a good effort, and we're in a good position for tomorrow.
We were able to extract the maximum out of the car every run until the last one, really, which is a shame because it's the one that counts in the end, but that one, didn't feel as good. The grip in general wasn't as it was on the previous ones, and I just lost the rear into turn 10, so I lost a little bit of time from what we could have done. So it is a shame on that side, but still a good result, still a decent starting position, and I think we can, we can give it a good fight from where we are tomorrow.
Best quali of the season, clean quali, well executed by myself and the team. So yeah, positive. I think a very decent starting position for us tomorrow. Track position is pretty valuable here in Barcelona. So we take that one and get ready, prepare for a tough fight tomorrow.
Not the easiest. Qualifying, everything was a little bit compromised by the outlap of Q1, where I went off in the last corner, touching a damp part of the circuit. So after that I think we had a little bit of damage on the car, and we didn't seem to pick up the pace from that moment. So not our best Saturday. Let's hope for a good Sunday.
Our car really enjoys these conditions for whatever reason. We need to understand why and try and make it like that in all conditions. But a really good day for the team. Quite frustrated with myself. I felt like it was a good qualifying session. Just made a very big mistake in the last lap of Q3 when it mattered. We could have had both cars up there, but just frustrated with myself, but really happy for the team. Obviously, to have Lando in the top 3 is a mega result and a big confidence boost for the team.
Things are coming together slowly, weekend after weekend. I'm learning more about the team, they're learning more about me, and it's like kind of merging into the same in the same direction and same point, and things are clicking slowly. We can see it, the work they're doing is really working. Obviously I'm always looking further ahead, and I see we're only less than a tenth away from P2 from Carlos today, so there is potential, and I must say that puts a smile on my face today.
I think it was a little bit damp going into turn 5, and I end up losing the car, unfortunately.
Now the difference between this weekend and Monaco is, of course, you can actually overtake here. So at this point, looking at where you will start, where do you think you might finish?
Well, I hope I can recover everything and get to the podium. That will be ideal, an ideal scenario for us tomorrow. But we will try everything we possibly can.
Just a bit disappointed to be out in Q2. Really struggling with the car the whole session. Wasn't feeling the same as it did in qualifying, in practice. Sorry, and that was kind of the maximum that I could get out of it. So not ideal, but a long race to climb.
Were you trying to set up a toe or anything like that? It wasn't a choreography moment from the team?
No, not between the two of us. I think there was cars on fast laps behind us. I had to let Sainz pass in turn 13. You can't really see that far in the distance, and maybe Lewis was starting his lap. I don't even know if he was starting his lap or finishing his lap, but obviously not ideal for the both of us.
The track was very damp in Pacific corners, so especially into turn 12, I think. It was just a wet river cross, so it was tricky out there. But I think managed well in Q1, but then Q2 laps was clean. I give it all, but no new tire, unfortunately, so we just missed out a few times.
There was a kind of damp patch which was invisible, like I didn't see it, but it was clearly there and it caught me out twice, and that's how we wasted 2 sets of tires, and that's why we ended up without new tires in Q2. And I'm disappointed about that because I felt like we had a very good weekend up to the whole qualifying session, but going into Q2 without new tires is obviously a huge disadvantage, and yeah, that took us kind of out of a realistic fight for a better qualifying position.
Well, in the end, it's my mistake, so it just frustrated myself. It's not like anything. Team did a good job, so yeah, it's just my mistake and frustrated my mistake. And the lap was really good, so but I think I knew I didn't have to give it everything to go through Q3. So I mean, I don't have a regret, but at the same time, it was just really close. I think millimeters to the white line. So
it was tricky. Just never found the grip that I had in some of the practice sessions, sliding around, and never felt really comfortable with the car in that session, which is a shame because I really thought we had a good potential here. So, but it's what it is.
This weekend has been very up and down. On our side, it's we've had sessions where we thought we were really quick, and even me and Nico compared to each other. One session I was much quicker than him, and another session he was much quicker than me. And obviously in qualifying it was the same. He was a fair bit quicker than me. So it's not been a weekend where we've just kind of been following each other, and we've been on different setups, and it seems like that window of the car working is very, very small. But then when you get there, it's a good performance, as he showed in Q1.
We've been trying a lot of things, trying to be a bit more competitive, so we've been throwing some stuff at the car. Honestly, most probably, hard to know what happened on my off, but basically picked up a lot of damage on the floor, and then we tried the best we could to repair it. But because of that, we were carrying quite a lot of damage in the last run of the session, so we would have almost definitely been in Q2 if that wasn't there, which is a bit of a frustrating one, but one of them things.
I was completely sure that I was out, to be honest, after the feeling I had during Q1. The car was I think there's something wrong. We will check the car tonight, but I will be very surprised if the car was fine. It's the left-hand corners for me that was a disaster. Just the balance was extremely difficult. We'll check that and try to understand to have a proper car like I had this morning for tomorrow.
Just happy to have been able to drive in qualifying at all. But yeah, tricky one. I think first lap back out wasn't too bad. But yeah, a lot of people were just pushing through on that last lap. Really compromised my out lap. So yeah, had no tire temp starting the lap and just no grip from there. So I think that's where we missed.